Who are the best midfielders that you know in the history of English Premier League?
English Premier League has very many best midfielders that you can talk about. But today I can select for you only 10 best midfielders that have ever existed in the history of English Premier League. But before that, this to let you know that footballers who play in central midfield are expected to have an array of physical, mental, and technical skills that cover all aspects of the game. However, they must excel in few areas, such as their work rate, teamwork, and how they pass and control the ball.
The whistle is blown now. Let us kick off this ball with number 10.
Number 10 is N'Golo Kante. Yay! N'Golo Kante is a defensive midfielder, box to box, and he played for Premier League clubs Leicester City between 2015 and 2016 and Chelsea between 2016 and 2023 with 227 appearances, 12 goals and 17 assists in Premier League. N'Golo Kante began his career with the French third tier. The team was called Cayenne in 2013 to 2015, and he worked his way up. After a year in the top tier, he was signed by Leicester City, I think in 2015, where he became a crucial part of the team that won the 2015-2016 Premier League. Kante then transferred to Chelsea, where he won the Premier League again in 2017. He also won the FA Cup, the 2021 Champions League, and the 2019 Europa League with the club. He also won the 2018 World Cup with France. So individually, he was the Premier League Player of the Season in 2017, and he was awarded PFA Team of the Year twice. So Kante is known for his incredible work rate and his ability to win possession by tackling, harassing, and intercepting passes of opposition players. He is also known for driving his team forward with his runs towards the goal. So that is making N'Golo Kante the 10th best midfielder ever to exist in the English Premier League history.
Wow. I think what people need to know is that N'Golo Kante is African. He is a son of Malian parents who migrated to France in 1980s.
Yeah, you are right. You are absolutely correct about that.
Yes. So let's move to number 9.
At number 9, we have Claude Makelele. Yay! They say that 70% of the planet is covered by water. But with Chelsea, Makelele covered the rest. Jesus! While at Chelsea, Makelele was nicknamed the Battery by Claudio Ranieri. Being under Jose Mourinho, therefore, Makelele was always deployed as a holder that was also given a license to put out fire from anywhere in the pitch. Blessed with excellent distribution, it meant that this French star Makelele was as much creative force as a destructive one. Yet still, it is in his defensive qualities that he is most fondly remembered as, and very few players before or since have better protected the backline like he did before. And for this reason, an actual position was named after him, with inferior fare of these days handed the name Makelele role. And therefore this make Claude Makelele the 9th best midfielder ever to exist in the English Premier League history.
Another fact that I know about Makelele is that he was born in Democratic Republic of Congo, and he was part of the France national team for 13 good years until 2006 when they reached the finals of FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, that is the real fact about Makelele.
Yes. So let's move to number 8.
At number 8, we have Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure was an attacking midfielder, box to box, who played for Manchester City from 2010 to 2018 with 230 appearances, 62 goals, and 32 assists. Yaya Toure had already played in 5 different countries, including 3-year spell at Barcelona, before he signed for Manchester City at the age of 27. The move allowed him to play as a central midfielder, where Barcelona was overstocked. And soon he established himself as one of the best players. In his 8 seasons at City, Toure won 3 Premier Leagues, an FA Cup, 2 League Cups, and Toure was named the PFA Team of the Year twice, and he appeared 101 times for Ivory Coast, winning the 2015 African Cup of Nations. Toure's defensive strength, power, and athleticism combined with his sublime passing, dribbling, shooting, and other techniques meant that he could play anywhere in the central midfield, and particularly in the box-to-box role. Since retiring, therefore, Toure has tried his hand in coaching, but therefore Yaya Toure becomes the 8th best midfielder ever to appear in the history of English Premier League.
And another thing that I know about Yaya Toure is that he was voted the best African footballer of the year 2011, 2012, 2013 and 2014.
Exactly, that is how he was voted.
Yes. So who is number 7?
At number 7 here comes Cesc Fabregas. Cesc Fabregas was an attacking midfielder who played for Arsenal between 2004 and 2011 and Chelsea between 2014 and 2018, having 350 appearances, 50 goals and 11 assists. Cesc Fabregas accumulated the most assists of any central midfielder in Premier League history, and that was second overall after Ryan Giggs. He emerged from Barcelona youth setup and signed for Arsenal at the age of 16. He became a regular starter when Patrick Vieira left in 2005, but it was an end of an era at Arsenal. He only won an FA Cup in 7 seasons at Arsenal. After a 3-year spell at Barcelona, Fabregas joined Chelsea, winning 2 Premier League titles, an FA Cup, a League Cup, and the 2019 Europa League. He also played 110 times for Spain and won the 2010 World Cup, 2008 Euro and 2012 Euro. Individually, he was in the PFA Team of the Year twice. Although Fabregas sometimes played in more defensive role, he was always known for his creativity, vision, range of attacking, passing, which included ball over the top and intricate through balls. And this makes Cesc Fabregas the 7th best midfielder ever to appear in the history of English Premier League.
Fabregas was also the youngest first-team player for Arsenal, and he also became the team's captain at the age of 21.
Yeah, you are right about Fabregas. That's what happened.
Yes, so let's move to number 6.
At number 6, we have Roy Keane. Roy Keane was a defensive midfielder who played for Nottingham Forest in 1993, Manchester United between 1993 and 2005, with 366 appearances, 39 goals and 33 assists. Roy Keane almost didn't sign for Manchester United in 1993. If Blackburn Rovers hadn't messed up with their paperwork, Keane probably would have joined Blackburn Rovers instead. Untimely, Alex Ferguson stepped in and Keane went on to become United's legend. In his 12 seasons in Old Trafford, Keane won 7 Premier League titles, 4 FA Cups, and a 1999 Champions League. He was also named in the PFA Team of the Year 5 times and played 67 times for Ireland. Keane was known to be aggressive in tackling, and he was sent off 7 times in the Premier League. He was effective at breaking up opposition plays, reading the game, and starting attacks. Since retiring in 2006, therefore, Keane has been employed as a pundit or a TV pundit and a football manager. And therefore, this makes Roy Keane the 6th best midfielder ever to appear on the face of English Premier League history.
Yeah, Roy Keane is one of the most successful Irish footballers of all times.
Yeah, Roy Keane is one of the most successful in Ireland of all time.
Yes, so let's kick this ball to number 5.
At number 5, here comes Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is an attacking midfielder who played for Chelsea in 2013 and Manchester City from 2015 to date. He has 260 appearances, 68 goals and 112 assists. When Kevin De Bruyne signed for Chelsea in 2012, he endured several loan moves, a knee injury, and a manager who wouldn't select him play. That was Jose Mourinho. When De Bruyne finally left for Wolfsburg and came back to Premier League in less than 3 years later, Mourinho would regret letting him go. De Bruyne established himself as the best central midfielder in the Premier League at Manchester City, whereby he won 6 Premier Leagues, 2 FA Cups, 5 League Cups, and 2023 Champions League. He also has more than 100 caps for Belgium. Individually, De Bruyne has been named Player of the Season twice and has been in the PFA Team of the Year 4 times. He also shares the record for the most assists in the season, 20 with Thierry Henry. De Bruyne is the most complete attacking midfielder, prolific at scoring and creating goals with exceptional vision, passing accuracy, dribbling, set-piece proficiency, and technique with either foot. You get? Unlike other advanced players of earlier eras, he is also athletic and works hard for the team. And therefore, this makes Kevin De Bruyne the 5th best midfielder ever to appear on the face of English Premier League history.
Yeah, De Bruyne was also a member of Belgian national team, which reached quarterfinals of FIFA World Cup 2014 and also Euros 2016.
Yeah, that was De Bruyne for you.
Yes. So, who is at number 4?
At number 4, we have Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes was an attacking midfielder who played for Manchester United between 1994 to 2013. He had 499 appearances, 107 goals and 55 assists. As a one-club player, Paul Scholes didn't need to move from one club to another to further his career. He came through Manchester United youth setup and made his first debut when he was 19 years old in 1994. In 19 seasons that he spent at Old Trafford, Scholes played 718 times in all competitions, winning 11 Premier League titles, second most overall after Ryan Giggs, 3 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, and the 1999 and 2008 Champions Leagues. He also played 66 times for England and was twice named as the PFA Team of the Year. Scholes was the most complete midfielder, combining defensive tenacity and exceptional technique, intelligent movement, accuracy in passing, shooting, and he could play everywhere due to his work rate and link-up play. So since retiring, Scholes has become a TV pundit, coach, and owner of Salford City. And that is Paul Scholes for you, making him the 4th best midfielder ever to appear in English Premier League history.
I have nothing much to say about Paul Scholes, but this guy was really a legend. Playing for only one team all his life. Okay, who is number 3?
At number 3, we have Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira was a defensive midfielder, box to box, and played for Arsenal between 1996 and 2005. He also played for Manchester City between 2010 and 2011. He was having 307 appearances, 31 goals, and 34 assists. Patrick Vieira was Arsene Wenger's first signing in 1996. Wenger remarked in his autobiography that Vieira had a huge impression in France and was being underutilized by Milan in Italy. So Vieira was an instant success at Arsenal. In 9 seasons, he won 3 Premier League titles and 4 FA Cups. He also captained the Invisibles, the team which went unbeaten the entire Premier League campaign. So Vieira later moved to Inter Milan and delivered 4 league titles in a row before returning to England, winning FA Cup with Manchester City. He also played 107 times for France, winning the 1998 World Cup and the Euro 2000. Individually, he was a player of the season in 2001 and has been the PFA Team of the Year 6 times. Vieira was a strong, domineering and aggressive tackler who amassed 8 red cards in the Premier League, a joint record. His pace, athleticism, power and technical ability allowed him to operate as a box-to-box midfielder. So since retiring, Vieira has become a football manager. And therefore this makes Patrick Vieira the 3rd best midfielder ever to appear in the history of English Premier League.
Yeah, Patrick Vieira was born in Dakar, Senegal, and he was named among 100 greatest living footballers in 2004. Now, let's jump to number 2.
Yes, at number 2, we have Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard was an attacking midfielder, box-to-box, in Liverpool between 1988 and 2015, having 504 appearances, 120 goals and 92 assists. Steven Gerrard signed his first professional contract with Liverpool in 1997 and reached the first team in 1998 due to Jamie Redknapp's injury. So he became a regular starter in 2000 and quickly contributed to the team's cup successes. So if he had not won more trophies, Gerrard would have been number 1 on this list. So he was highly influential when Liverpool won 2 FA Cups, 3 League Cups and 2001 Europa League and also the 2005 Champions League. Indeed, Gerrard was named in the PFA Team of the Year 8 times, a record in Premier League, and played 114 times for England. So Gerrard also was offensive, defensive, He had very many attributes, which meant that he could play anywhere. His work rate and leadership meant that he was most effective as a box-to-box midfielder. In particular, he was known for his endurance, passing range, and even shooting prowess, and so on. So since his 2015 retirement, actually not 2015, since his 2016 retirement, Gerrard had become a football manager. And therefore, this makes Steven Gerrard the second best midfielder ever to appear in English Premier League history.
Yes, Steven Gerrard is currently a football manager in Saudi Arabia in a team called Elite Fac. Now, who is number one?
The best midfielder ever to appear in the history of English Premier League is none other than Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard was an attacking midfielder, box-to-box, at West Ham between 1996 and 2001, Chelsea between 2001 and 2014, Manchester City between 2014 and 2015, having 609 appearances, 177 goals and 102 assists. So ultimately, football is all about scoring goals, and Frank Lampard was the most prolific central midfielder in Premier League history. He is also 6th overall, with the other top 20 all being forwards, and 5th overall for assists. So Frank Lampard had his best years at Chelsea, where he scored more than 10 goals in the Premier League for 10 seasons in a row. That is between 2003 and 2013. So Lampard also scored 29 times for England in 106 matches. So Lampard also won 3 Premier League titles for Chelsea, 4 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, 2012 Champions League and 2013 Europa League. So individually, he was named Player of the Season in 2005 and was in the PFA Team of the Year 3 times. So Lampard was known for his work rate, passing, and all-round combination of attacking creativity with defensive resilience. So the key to his goal scoring was his timing and anticipation to the best moment to make late runs into the penalty area. So since he's retiring, Lampard has become a football manager, and therefore this makes Frank Lampard the best midfielder ever to appear in the English Premier League history. Therefore, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more information like this. Bye-bye.